How'd you do? A friend of mine's just bought a new light for his house and it's too big for where he wants it to go because it's sort of that long, and I think this piece comes out of the ceiling and hangs down to the light, but it's too long. So whereas that's about 2 foot, it wants to be about 4 inch. So this whole thing needs shortening. So I said I'd bring it home this weekend and have a look at it and see if I can reduce it from the 2 foot that it is down to about that. So I'll just zoom in on it for you and then you can see what I'm dealing with. So what it's got is this extending piece with a thread on this end, and then the internal of this is threaded. So I need to keep that thread there on the end of this long piece, but it needs to be down here somewhere. So I think what I need to do is take out these 2 grub screws. That grub screw has got a little bit of plastic on the end. That must be to stop it scratching this piece. So I think if I take that out, then that should come out of there. I need to shorten that, but I need to splay the end out, which I think I can do by chopping it off here, heating this piece that's left over, heating it up, and just sort of moulding the edge so it comes out, so I get that effect on it, so I get that end on it. So I think that's not a problem. And what I'm hoping is that that is soldered into that. So can I heat that up there, heat the solder up, and that'll come apart, chop this down and move that piece down to that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. God, I hope I'm right, because I don't think I'm going to be able to replace this piece if I get it wrong. That's not soldered in there. Down. So that's obviously not soldered into there like I thought. But what I've got one of these Yorkshire plumbing fittings, and that seems to fit over the end nicely there. So what I think I'm going to do, just like joining 2 pieces of copper pipe together, I'm going to cut this off there, and I'm going to cut the other end off there, and then I'm just going to join them together with this pipe, I think. So I'm just going to do this exactly the same way as I would if I were soldering metal pipes together. Just going to put some flux down there. Put that on there. Make sure I've got the threaded side at the top that I need. Lined up straight. Right, on the end of this thin rod, if you can see there, it's splayed over, and I think that's just to stop it coming out. If the grub screw doesn't catch it, that'll stop it coming out if it ever fails. So I need to replicate that end on the end of this short piece that I've cut. So I need to do that end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat this end up to make it a little bit more pliable, and then just splay the end out a little bit. And there you can see that rounded end. So when that goes down there, that don't come through. Right, I think that's bang on. I just think it needs cleaning up, possibly painting with some copper paint or something. But I think we've sort of replicated now the long piece in a short piece. Right, so them's the pieces, that's the length I've cut off it. So this is what I'm left with. It goes back in there. The grub screw with the plastic end on goes in that first slot. And then the other one goes in there like that. So basically that's what we've got. It was that length, and I've reduced it down to that. And then with that splay on the end, there's no risk of it falling through. So I hope that's okay for him. I'll give him it Monday when we go back to work, and I'm sure on Tuesday he'll let me know how much I owe him for ruining his light. I'm sure it'll be okay. Right, just something a little bit different there. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you again.